What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and today we're going to be talking about the 9+ free camo events coming to Modern Warfare 3, some content that got revealed a little bit early, plus even more. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, drop a like, and also as a reminder, we got plenty of brand new coverage going up over on detonated.com, expanding on all the content you're seeing here on the channel, just in the form of articles on the website, and plenty of tweets every hour, of course, on Detonated's Twitter. Now, I'm surprised with how many events we already got inside of MW3 during the preseason window. We're talking the COD Endowment event, as well as the Makarov Camo event, both of which were just essentially XP events where if you just got around 213,000 total XP by playing multiplayer zombies, you would have got yourself a bunch of free cosmetics and then a free camo at the very end of both of those events. Then there was a 1-for-1 training event which actually contained real challenges for both MP and zombies that also released before the start of Season 1 and then also provided a free camo towards the very end of that event. Upcoming events do include this Dune one, which is supposed to start at some point this week, followed by the Christmas event, which will end up starting on December the 20th. There's even a rumored New Year's Year of the Dragon event. It's unclear exactly what that event will entail. We at least know that the Dune event will be another XP one like the Endowment and Makarov event, whereas the Christmas one will have actual challenges for every single game mode. I'm also guessing we could see an event similar to either of the ones I just mentioned for the Boys collaboration, which is going to be dropping at some point towards Season 1 Reloaded. I'm honestly in shock with how many have already happened and how many are already planned. We have a lot more to get through, but the first thing I want to mention when it comes to camos is that there are 10 plus CDL camos that already got revealed a bit prematurely, which are going to end up being released probably towards the mid-season when ranked play ends up dropping. We already have the CDL operator pack released inside of MW3, and I'm sure we'll end up seeing the team packs and then these team camos released at some point, maybe in early or mid-January. This is of course all separate from any potential packs we end up getting for the release of Warzone Ranked, which will release at some point next year, but we do have the release of multiplayer ranked play with Season 1, which is really exciting for those out there that want to see that mode dropped as soon as possible. The CDL camos look absolutely gorgeous as usual to match all the teams that are going to be competing in the competitive Call of Duty scene this year. But there's even a free blueprint I haven't seen much discussion about called Venomous. It is for the MTZ, which could be unlocked by reaching rank 250, which is Prestige 5 here in Modern Warfare 3. Of course, level 250 or Prestige 5 are the level caps for MW3 Season 1, and then Season 2 and beyond should probably end up adding a good 4 to 5 prestiges with the launches of those seasons, but this blueprint is focused on ADS speed, sprint to fire speed, and even sprint. Last year for Modern Warfare 2, we didn't end up seeing new blueprints added for hitting max rank of every season, but I believe that happened for Season 5, and then there was an operator skin, which was a Milsim one for Shadow Company, released at the end of Season 6 for hitting max rank, so hopefully we see more themes like this in the future, where if you hit max rank for that season, you get either an operator or a blueprint to just celebrate that you hit that big milestone. But also in the Season 1 blog post for MW3, something I never got to go over but makes perfect sense for this video is the fact that a ton, and I mean a ton, of weekly challenges did get confirmed for the entire duration of this first season. I'm sure this will be a reoccurring theme for every season moving forward, where from the start of the season to the very end, there'll be guaranteed weekly challenges being refreshed every single week the season is live. And obviously right now in game you could see our Season 1 challenges for multiplayer, zombies, and even Warzone. You could see the week 1 reward is the Jack Beholder rifle kit, and you could see though that after completing I think all 9 weeks, I think it's going to go beyond 8, but all 9 weeks of weekly challenges as a part of this first season, there will be a coherence camo reward, similar to the preseason window, which was about 4 weeks, and at the end of week 4, you were able to get the Golden River animated camo. I don't believe the coherence camo is animated, but footage of a ton, and I mean a ton of camos coming to MW3 did surface early online. None of the footage has been DMCA claimed or taken down off of Twitter, Reddit, or YouTube, so it looks like free reign to cover here in this video, and also with some coverage over on Detonated, but this will end up being a reward right before the start of Season 2 for those out there that complete at least 5 challenges every single week for all 9 weeks. Those 5 challenges could be a blend of things that you do in multiplayer, zombies, or Battle Royale. It does not have to be 5 challenges in one specific game mode, which is really, really simple. I know during the preseason, we didn't have Warzone challenges, obviously, so it's cool to have that third option now for what you want to do each and every week. But going back to that Dune event that I mentioned earlier, it's going to be starting at some point this week. It's confirmed to be just an XP type of event, similar to the COD Endowment and Makarov ones, where if you play as a certain operator, you'll get an XP boost towards your progression in that event. So in this case, there'll be 2 Dune bundles released, and if you play as either of those operators, then you go ahead and get an XP boost towards getting a bunch of free cosmetics in this event. The cosmetics haven't been revealed yet, but the camo actually did. Footage did surface of the Sand and Spice animated camo, which you can get by probably reaching another 213,000 total XP as a part of the event. You could do that in one day if you'd like. You could do it pretty simply by playing really long matches of Zombies or Warzone, or by playing a bunch of OBJ focus experiences inside of multiplayer. So the camo itself does look pretty impressive, right? And fingers crossed we never see a day where cool camos like this get put inside of bundles. I'm really surprised it hasn't happened, but knock on wood, not trying to give any ideas. I think it's absolutely phenomenal for the sake of longevity and health of a season to see weekly events like this that could provide something as cool as an animated camo, right? Aside from the usual big seasonal event like we get with the holiday or some special crossover, but getting these random little weekly events that are a part of a smaller collaboration or a part of a certain bundle, and then to get a camo this nice at the end of that, that's absolutely phenomenal. But there's also what is looking like the Magma animated camo, which I know Detonated also reported on a couple of days ago. This apparently will be tied to a Vortex LTM releasing in Season 1 Reloaded. I'll be making a separate video talking about this upcoming multiplayer zombies crossover called Vortex, where there will be 3 zombified map reskins in multiplayer and an LTM you can play on those 3 maps featuring a ray gun. It's a free-for-all type of experience. Apparently there will be challenges tied to the release of that LTM, and by doing a lot of those challenges, you end up getting your hands on one final reward, which is the Magma animated camo. The challenges for the Vortex LTM aren't known as of yet, but again, I'll make a separate video talking more about this mode, which I'm really damn excited about. There's also what is called the Abyssal event camo, which is blue. Kind of looks like a Pack-a-Punch camo, but I don't believe it's animated. It could be, but sometimes it's hard to really tell with some of these Twitter type of videos here. I mean, the resolution on Twitter isn't always the greatest, especially if there's a filter on the video itself, but the Abyssal event camo might be slightly animated, similar to the Macroff event camo, which at first glance you wouldn't expect it to be animated, but it ended up moving a little bit. So that could be the case here with the Abyssal blue camo. We also have what is called the Windfall event camo, which looks absolutely ridiculous. It is extremely animated. You can see a bunch of skulls and bars of gold all around the weapon. It's really unclear what this could be tied to. What is the Windfall event, and are these camos we're going over in this video all for Season 1? I'd assume probably not. Some of these could be for future seasons and future events we end up seeing, not tied to the first season, and some of these camos might even be tied to maybe the exclusive camos they release with every new DLC weapon. Of course, there's 4 released per weapon, and that's been the case since Modern Warfare 2. Not saying the Windfall one is a part of that, but moving on to the hard target camo, for example, this one's pretty plain, and I could almost not see this camo being a part of any type of weekly event or a series of challenges or even an XP focused event. This seems like something, again, that would be a part of an exclusive camo for a new DLC weapon, and plenty of DLC weapons are of course scheduled for the release in MW3's life cycle. Who knows what it could be a part of though. We also have the Acerbic Royal event camo. It is a big neon green type of theme here, very nice looking. I think this could definitely be tied to an event if I had to guess, but again, even the event camos we got during preseason, like the one for the COD Endowment, the Makarov one, even the 141 camo, none of those were extravagant by any means compared to Golden River, so we could still see some pretty basic non-animated camos added for some of these weekly events. We also have the Forest Gloom event camo. Again, pretty plain, nothing too crazy, nothing to get all that excited about, but something to get excited about is with every single playlist update on a Wednesday or a Thursday, to get our hands on another little event where it says, hey, get 200,000 XP, or hey, do like 5 or 6 challenges across these 2 modes. That's still extra content, more replayability, giving us more to do with our seasons, more than we've ever had to do in previous Call of Duty titles and their post-launch seasons. We also have the Tiki event camo with a blue and white pattern, definitely not animated, but loving the theme of it. Again, blue's my color, so I'm a little biased. Anytime I see a blue camo, I'm gonna want to go for it. You guys know the vibe with that one, but this camo does look pretty nice. I could see this one being a part of a small little challenge event, not gonna lie. But we then have the Flying High event camo with white paint splatters as the design. Also pretty cool. I mean, hey, all these camos got found so early, it kind of makes you think sometimes, how many camos could the studio possibly come up with until they run out of ideas? You got to think of camos for the actual weapon progression system in multiple game modes. Then you got to think of CDL camos, possible free drops. How many camos could they possibly come up with? But then again, they can start going back to older COD titles and inverting some colors and mixing and matching a couple of things that have already been done in the past to create a new camo for the current COD. But then we have the Velvet Radiance event camo with a really clean looking teal, yellow, blue type of design there. Really a fan of this one, but like I mentioned earlier in the video, could totally expect some of these camos to be tied to DLC weapons. But if the leakers out there that posted this early footage are to be believed, I mean, they posted reliable info before over on Twitter, then yeah, they probably found evidence to support that these camos are tied to actual events that are going to be coming. That's probably what happened here, but again, take it all with a grain of salt. There could have been leaks suggesting that these are event camos, and then at the very last minute, the camo could have been moved to a different project, could have been moved for a different purpose, and is no longer longer tied to an event at all. You just never know. But last but not least, we have the Ductile Plates event camo with a very shiny gold and gray design. I'm a huge fan of this one as well. Could have even been the gold camo for Modern Warfare 3 for all we know, but maybe it got reworked into some new event camo now. Something is going on with this one. It's really damn impressive. Really excited to see what ends up happening with it. But also remember, there's that Task Force 141 camo that never released for the Faction Showdown event because 141 lost to Shadow Company. That could have been reworked a little bit into any of the camos that I just went over here in this video. That could be getting saved for a future release. Who actually knows? But there's definitely a lot of camos on deck for MW3. Now that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave your thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on all the camos we went over here inside of this video? There's quite a few that are animated and quite a few that I could almost see being a part of either weapon releases and those exclusive camos, or could definitely be a part of some type of weekly challenge system, since there's gonna be a lot of event camos released and probably a lot of rewards for completing your weekly set of challenges. Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.